Well, guys, sometimes the track day you get just ain't the track day you want. I don't know how else to say it, really. Okay, we are back up here at English Mountain for the first time in 2021. Bo Duke. So in case you haven't been watching all my boring videos, we made a few little upgrades. We got some 2610s on some 15x10 wheels now. I made some adjustments to the lower control arms. We added a little bit of anti-squat, and we put an adjustable anti-roll bar on here. So we just come out here today. We're gonna make a few passes and see if it helped. Pretty sure you're in second gear, but okay. There you go, guys. My little 105-pound wife can move this thing around with no power steering. So, you know, yeah, if you're a big burly guy bitching about you can't run this car with no power steering, then I don't know what to tell you. 105 pounds right there, soaking wet. So we're just letting her warm up a little bit. We're gonna let her get up to operating temp, and then same routine as always, guys. I'm gonna go down here, make an NA pass, and you know, then we'll go to the bottle. Right now, she's warming up. You know, the bottle's warming up, and I'm just letting the transmission fluid circulate through the new trans cooler. I brought another quart with me in case I have to add some. So yeah, we're just gonna warm it up and have some fun. Get these new tires scrubbed in. We got a problem.
Okay.
Did you see how slow it took off?
Yeah. You ready?
Guys, I don't know what's going on, but I mean, I think I'm about a quart low on trans fluid. Tracy just went to go get the trans fluid, but if you saw that first pass, like, it just did nothing I don't know, man. It was acting like it was just stalling all to hell or something. It took off slow as shit. That's the bottom line. In first gear, it was just slow as hell. So try to figure out what's going on and make another NA pass. But it's pissing me off, and it's a freaking $350 engine. So I'm just gonna spray it. I'm just gonna spray it and see what happens. Hell with it. Well, guys, sometimes the track day you get just ain't the track day you want. I don't know how else to say it, really. You know, we did a full systems check. One thing I did not check, and I will admit it, I went through, I tightened all the suspension, you know, I checked for leaks, made sure the nitrous system was coming on, checked the purge. You know, I made sure everything electrical was working. One thing I did not check was my fuel pressure. Didn't think I had a problem. So I got up there, and I noticed when we were letting the car warm up, I was trying to rev it up, and I was giving it gas, and the car didn't feel like it, or you know, it didn't feel like it was revving very fast. And I thought maybe it was just because it wasn't warmed up all the way. But then when I went up there and I made my first NA pass, well, you can see it in the video, I'm sure. I mean, it was slow. It was dog slow. Like, I think this thing made a faster pass with the V6 in it a year and a half ago. But, you know, I didn't know what was going on with it, so I pulled over, we checked the trans fluid. The trans fluid was a little low, and I couldn't tell if the car just didn't have any power or if the transmission was slipping. It felt really weird. So I did buy a quart of transmission fluid on our way to English Mountain. So I went ahead, and it was about 3/4 of a quart low. I put a half a quart in it, and I took it down to make that second run. And on the second run, it felt a little stronger leaving, but then, you know, by half track, it was falling on its face again. So that's the point in the video where you saw, you know, I got kind of pissed, and I was like, screw it, we're just going to spray this thing. I don't know what's wrong with it, but if it blows up, I'll go to the junkyard and buy another engine. I was just mad. Tracy's laughing at me. I don't know if she's in view of the camera or not, but she's over here laughing at me. But that was my whole thing. I was like, we just got that stimulus check. I can go drop $300 on another 5.3. But anyway, guys, so I went up there and I tried to spray it, and it is jetted for a 200 shot. And I replaced the small line with a large line, so it should actually spray a 200 now. And when I took off, it didn't spray initially. Then I felt it kick in, and it put me back for about a second, and then it shut off again, and the car just went to running like crap the rest of the pass. And at that point, I was like, okay, the Holly shut the nitrous off. It had to have. So then I start thinking, you know, what reason would the Holly possibly have to shut the nitrous off? I mean, I've got fail safes that I've built in, and one of those fail safes is air fuel ratio. So, I mean, this is all stuff that was going through my head at the top of the track. So I looked down, and sure as shit, I've only got 26 psi of fuel pressure. There's a couple things it could be. Now, Tracy said on that last pass I was leaking something on the track. So it's possible I could have a leak in a fuel line. Something else that's possible, guys, is, you know, for this whole year, we've been running that cheap eBay 340 fuel pump. So, you know, it was like a $15 or $20 fuel pump that my buddy Zane sent to try out. And it's been doing good up until this point, but it's possible that, you know, maybe it's just going down and it's not putting out the pressure anymore. But, you know, we'll get it figured out, guys. I mean, I'm kind of sad because I've been trying to get up here to make passes for a couple weeks now, and it was always either my job or the weather or other stuff came up. I'm kind of upset that I didn't get to make any clean passes, especially on the bottle, and I'm a little upset that the timing system was down again at EMR, but I've already decided, guys, I'm going to go ahead and buy me a draggy. That way, you know, they mainly run like no prep, heads up, grudge race stuff up there, so the timing system isn't really a huge concern to them. So it is to me, because I just like to see my results, but I love going there. So I'm just gonna get a draggy. That way I don't have to worry about it. No matter where I go, whether I'm making, you know, test hits on the street or, you know, at EMR or, you know, Knoxville, whatever. Like, I won't even have to rely on the time slips or the timing system. I'll always know when I'm running. So yeah, it's $150. If you don't know what a draggy is, they're very accurate, very accurate. And basically it's just a little box. You put it on the dash, it links to your iPhone, and it records your passes. It'll give you quarter mile, eighth mile, 60 foot, 330 mark. I mean, you know, it gives you all your times and speeds. So I'm gonna go ahead and invest in one of those. But let's get off the negative shit. Let's talk about the positive shit. The positive shit is, I haven't looked at the video yet to know for sure, but I feel like the car wasn't squatting as hard. Now, part of that's because I wasn't making the power I should have been making, but you know, I'm hoping a lot of that is because of the suspension adjustments I made and you know, the parts that we added over the winter. Another positive is our transcooler. It was not leaking. I kept looking under my car in the staging lane to see if it was dripping transmission fluid or anything, but as far as I can tell, the transcooler is not leaking and it's working good. It came on several times and shut back off after only a minute or so. So it's set, the thermostat switch on it is set to come on at 185 and go off at 160. So apparently it's doing its job, and it's cooling the transmission down. So that's a positive. And another positive is, even though the car's not running right, you know, I did get to come up here and play around a little bit, even if it was just briefly. So I'm happy about that. One good thing that might come out of this, guys, is I've got some stuff that needs to be done to the China vet. You know, a lot of you guys already know I've got no second gear. Haven't had for a while. Tracy's actually been driving the car to work with no second gear anyway, but the decoupler clutch on the alternator has started just making a god-awful racket. So I had to order a new alternator. It's supposed to be here this week, so I'll probably do a little video where I throw the new alternator on. And also, I am currently sitting on the money to buy the transmission. I've been saving for what, months now? Yeah, I've been saving up for months. I have enough money to get either a Performa built or an RPM transmission. Who I go with is going to depend on if one of them wants to work with me or not. To be honest, I'm going to contact both of them and, you know, see if they want to work with the channel on a transmission. But even if they don't, I do have the money to pay full price for one now. So before I do that, I would like to try to fix the one that's in it. I actually found a spreadsheet that shows, you know, no second gear issue on a 4L60, and you know, it's like a little troubleshooting thing, and there's really only a couple things it could be. So I'll go over that in another video, guys. But basically what's going to happen is I'm probably going to set chaos theory to the side while I'm gathering parts for the fuel system, because if I do have to put a pump in it, we're going to go ahead and do everything at once. I'm going to do a new sending unit so we can finally have a fuel gauge on our Harley Dash, and I'll probably just put like a Walbro 255 or something in the stock tank, and we'll go ahead and do our whole surge tank setup and everything, you know, getting it ready for big boost. But for the time being, I may set chaos theory to the side and, you know, do the work that has to be done to the China Vet. So you guys who've been asking about the China Vet, you're about to see some more China Vet videos here in the near future. My plan is, if I can fix the transmission without replacing the transmission, then we're still going to shoot for our 10-second or 6-second in the 8th pass for less than $1,500. If I cannot fix the transmission and I have to order a performer built or a RPM transmission, then obviously that goal goes out the window, because I'm looking at dropping, you know, $2,600 for a transmission at that point. Obviously that is way outside the window of the $1,500 that we originally planned to spend on the China Vet. So that's where we're at, guys. I'm going to drive home now. I actually have got some granddaughter time coming with my little granddaughter Bella tonight, so I'm going to try to get this video edited and put up for you guys so you can kind of see what happened. Sorry you didn't get to see any fast passes. I really am. I apologize that I didn't catch this little issue sooner, but guys, that's part of it. That's part of hot rod, and that's part of racing. Shit happens. You just have to fix it, smile, grin and bear it, and move on, and that's what we're going to do. So until next time, get out in the garage, get something done, and I'll see you next time here on Bad Luck Garage.